I have generated over $150,000 in revenue for my digital agency through LinkedIn. And in this video, I want to show you the exact strategy that I used, what kind of outbound strategies I run, how I build a personal brand, and the frameworks that I use, what kind of webinars I run to convert cold prospects, all of that good stuff. But first of all, you probably are wondering why LinkedIn. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, all of these other platforms. Why did I choose LinkedIn? Well, simply enough because it is a business platform, and when people are on LinkedIn, they are in a business state of mind. They are more approachable and easier to pitch something business related than when they are just scrolling on Facebook or on Instagram. So I have much higher conversion rates, and I just like to have different types of personal brands on the different platforms. On YouTube, I post more about the agency. On LinkedIn, I go super agency specific, targeting CMOs, targeting our ideal customer profile. So I know that a lot of people write LinkedIn off immediately, but don't watch this video. You will realize how powerful it is for scaling your agency. So first of all, of course, you have personal brand on LinkedIn. I'll also, as I said, touch into Outbound and also the conversion funnel that we use on LinkedIn. But first of all, as I said, the most important part, the personal brand, it is divided into a couple of different parts. It is the actual posting part where you post different posts to build an audience. Second of all, you have to actually nurture your own audience. Third, you leverage other people's audiences. And fourth, you run webinars to attract a new audience. So first of all, let's go through the posting. You have to post daily on LinkedIn, ideally even several times a day, but start off posting once a day, every single day at 11 a.m. And the reading time of your post should be anywhere between 1 to 3 minutes. So don't write like blog posts that take 15 minutes to read. They should be short, they should be snappy. People should be able to read them while sitting on the toilet without having to spend too much time and energy thinking about it. And always include a picture, which is either a selfie or a mirror picture like one of these. These are the ones that perform the best on LinkedIn. Trust me, I have tried a lot of different images, and these by far outperform all the other types. So for actually generating content ideas and posting content, I have this thing called a content matrix, which is a Google sheet that just allows me to generate a ton of high value viral post ideas. If you want access to this content matrix and to this entire document, just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll send it over to you. But it looks like this. Super simple. How it works is that on the left, you choose the different topics that you are going to talk about. So let's say for me, that is Google ads, that is Meta ads, the different ad platforms, because I run a paid ads agency. So I would choose something in that sense. And on the horizontal part here, we have the different types of posts that you can run on LinkedIn. You have actionable posts where you step by step explain how someone can do something. You have motivational posts, which are a bit more like top of funnel, fluffy, just motivating people to do something. You have listicles where you have just a list of things like the best settings to enable in your meta ads, whatever. You get the point. So what you do is that you fill in these fields with an idea. This shouldn't take you too long. It should, with time, become pretty natural and snappy when you see this. So actionable, Google Ads. How to set up Google Ads for complete beginners. You get the point? There we have one post idea. Next one is a motivational. Why you shouldn't give up on Google Ads. You get the point? You just go through this entire thing. I usually have anywhere between 8 to 10 topics. So this list gets pretty big, but next time you go to actually write a post, you just go into this content matrix to choose one that you find interesting and you write a post about it. And once you have actually written about it, just select that idea, click here, just gray it out so that you know not to write about it again. And once you begin using up all the ideas, you just copy this template and do the process all over. Also, fill out these 4 cells here. First of all, outcome, what do you actually want to achieve with your LinkedIn personal brand? For me, that is to generate clients for my agency, for example. Focus, what is the focus of your content? What do you want to achieve by actually posting on LinkedIn? That is to, for example, position yourself as an expert to make people come to you to book in meetings. Number 3, structure. What kind of vibe and what kind of philosophy are you going to be using when you are writing LinkedIn posts? For example, cold hard facts mixed in with controversial opinions. How do you want people to perceive you? And 4th, polarity. You have to be polarizing. You have to say something different and something that most people will not agree with. You have to aim at having 20% of the people that see your post actually resonate and want to follow you, and the other 80% should hate you. It may sound counterintuitive, but you are not going to build a strong following if you try to appeal to everyone. So find what your main polarizing point is and use these 4 cells when you are filling out the post ideas, always keeping them in mind. Jumping back to the Miro board, in the content, when you are posting, the goal is to position yourself as an expert. So whatever your topic is, if you are running a copywriting agency, you have to position yourself as a copywriting expert, and every single post should reinforce that. Not necessarily because you talk about copywriting in every single post, but you have to, in every single post, build trust through, for example, sharing wins in your agency, sharing wins of your clients who have used your copywriting, actually sharing different copywriting tips. You get the point. There are different ways of building authority and becoming an expert, but that should be the main goal of your LinkedIn personal brand. And as I said, you have to be slightly controversial. Don't try to appeal to everyone. Find what kind of opinions you have that are polarizing and go all in on those on LinkedIn, because otherwise you're just not going to grow a following. Also, once a week, run a giveaway, which is just a post where someone comments a word to get access to a resource. So you probably have a lot of SOPs or different resources in your agency. If not, put together some quick guides, use ChatGPT if you'd like. Like the 10 best copywriting tips, for example, all put together in a document, like a blog post type thing, and people comment a word and you send it to them. You can also use automations if you'd like to send them out. That way you generate a ton of comments on your post. You always respond to those comments. So if 50 people comment on your post to get your resource, you reply to each one of them like, hey, I sent it over. Then you have 100 comments. If someone sees your post, looks, damn, 100 comments, this must be valuable. More people will begin commenting, which will generate even more comments. You get the point. It becomes this flywheel. So use giveaways actively once per week. Every single Friday, post a giveaway. It won't take much time once you actually get into the habit of making them. Should take you like 20 minutes max to make one of those documents. Here is a quick breakdown of how to actually structure the post. So now we have figured out what we are going to post, what the main idea behind the post is through the content matrix, but how do you actually write it? Well, here is the framework. We start off with a hook to get the person hooked and wanting to read the actual post. Should be something, again, controversial, snappy. Don't reveal the whole truth, but don't be too vague either. Then have a promise under that, what they actually will get by reading the post. And then you have the actual value. The main part should take up about 70 to 80% of the post. Here, use short sentences, be snappy. Don't have giant paragraphs of text. Every sentence should be max like 8 to 9 words, in my opinion, as you can see here. Constantly skipping to a new line, no huge boxes of text. End off with a summary and then a quick call to action, which in my case is usually a question just to spark some comments and then begin nurturing those comments again to build a chain of comments. So you ask a question, what are your biggest challenges with scaling up? Someone answers, my biggest challenge is hiring people, whatever. Then you answer that comment with another question like, hey, what are you struggling with when it comes to hiring? Maybe I can refer you to some good hiring people that I know. Let me know. They answer, and you just have a conversation going in the comments, and that way again you build up hundreds and hundreds of comments under that LinkedIn post, which again boosts your credibility. And as I said, use a picture of yourself, which is a selfie or a mirror picture. Of course, your first couple of posts won't be perfect. You probably won't get many likes or much reach, but that is part of the game. You will refine your skills. I can only show you the frameworks. I cannot teach you how to exactly make a viral post because it's so different between the different industries, between the different niches, between the different services. You get the point. There is no one size fits all solution, but I have given you the best framework that you can use to get started. Also, webinars have been huge for my agency. Host one webinar per month every 4th to 5th week, which should be 60 minutes of you live on LinkedIn talking about whatever it is that you are an expert on. So let's use copywriting as an example. So you should have a 40-minute presentation where you talk about copywriting. It should be, again, something polarizing, like the 3 best tips or the 3 best strategies that you have to know for copywriting in 2025. Otherwise, you are not going to succeed. Something like that. Again, 40 minutes of you just going through your strategies, give away everything you know. That's the point with LinkedIn. You have to share all your knowledge. Don't hold back, because 99.9% of the people who actually watch your content will be impressed by what you know, but they are not actually going to do anything about it themselves, and they will come to you to actually do the implementation. So give away the information, but sell the implementation. Use restream.io to actually stream the live to LinkedIn. After the 40-minute presentation, have a 10-minute Q&A where you just open up the chat for people to ask questions. You answer them. Again, spark some questions, spark some conversations, spark some debates. And the goal here is to just build authority. So when people ask questions, be super confident in your answers. And after the Q&A, you have 10 minutes to make an offer. People have already been with you for 50 minutes, so they have already dedicated close to an hour of their time to listening to you. So it's much easier to spend 10 minutes pitching an offer at the end versus the beginning or even in the middle. So the offer should be something with a one-time fee to get a foot in the door. The goal is not to sell your main service immediately. You don't want to sign people on retainers from webinars, because usually people who join your webinars know slightly who you are, but they are not close to ready to buy your main service. So make a one-time offer that resonates with whatever you were presenting earlier. So for example, for my agency, when we are running webinars, we usually reveal 3 huge, important strategies that you have to have in your business to succeed with paid ads, which is usually something within tracking, within attribution, within creative. 3 very concise, simple, but still powerful strategies. And then at the end, we make an offer where we actually offer to fix all 3 of them for a one-time fee to, again, as I said, get a foot in the door. Usually it's anywhere between $1,500 to $1,800. Nothing huge. It's not a huge investment. No, as I said, retainer contract, just a single one-time offer. We sign people on that, and then we actually deliver on our promise. The person sees that we actually know what we're doing, and then they come back to us later to actually buy our full service. Plus, also, it's an okay cash grab. If you get 5 converters, then you added an extra 10K to your agency that month. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Next, after posting daily and hosting webinars once per month, you have to nurture your own audience once you actually begin building an audience. So here you can do 2 things. One, as I said, is spark conversation in comments, but more importantly is reach out to 10 people daily just looking for a conversation. Read through people's profiles. If they have a new baby, for example, write, hey, congrats on your new baby. How is parenthood treating you? Something like that. Show them that you have done your research and spark conversations. Most of them won't lead anywhere. You will exchange a couple messages and the conversation will die out. But with some, you will actually begin nurturing that relationship. They will begin asking questions. You will keep building your authority, and eventually some of them will become clients. That is the whole goal of building a personal brand, to just nurture relationships until they are ready to buy. And also the last thing you can do on LinkedIn, which is pretty cool, is to leverage other people's audiences. So what you can do is comment on 20 other people's posts daily. So read the post, come up with a relevant comment that adds value to the main post. So don't use ChatGPT for this, because everyone knows what a ChatGPT comment looks like. Actually, as I said, read the post, add some value to the post by commenting. Again, most comments won't be seen by many people, but if the post, for example, ends up blowing up and you have the top comment, you will gain a lot of audience from that. And also just like 50 posts daily. That should take you like 3 minutes max, just like scrolling through your feed and liking 50 posts. Also, a trick is to do both of these things right before you post your own posts on LinkedIn, because that increases the reach that your post gets. That's like a little known LinkedIn strategy. So first do this, then actually go and post whatever it is that you are going to post at 11 a.m. that day. Next part, outbound on LinkedIn. This one will generate results a lot quicker than building your personal brand, because of course you can begin reaching out to people immediately. Here we have two different types of DMs that you can send to people. That is one, a value-driven DM, while the second one is an audience-driven DM. So a value-driven DM is where you give something away for free. Be honest about what you are doing. Say that it is an offer. Say that you have found some room for improvement in their ad accounts or on their website, whatever your offer is, and don't be pushy. Say like, hey, if you want, I can do a free audit. No strings attached. If not, then not, like no worries, because again, remember, the whole goal with LinkedIn is to build relationships. So if you nuke all of the relationships by being super pushy, you will not get the maximum results possible from LinkedIn. Second type of DMs is an audience-driven DM, where you leverage existing trust in your audience, where you just send a super simple DM inviting them to chat. No offer, no nothing. You just say, hey, you want to jump on a quick meeting? I love your growth, would love to chat more. Like, again, don't mention your service, don't mention your offer. The goal is to just build a relationship. So jump on a quick call with that person, 15 minutes, just get to know them, ask about their business. They will most likely ask about your business. And then with time, they will come back when your service is actually relevant for them. One thing to note here is that it will probably take much longer than you expect before you're able to actually begin leveraging existing trust, because it takes a lot of time to build trust. So just be aware of that once you begin building your personal brand on LinkedIn. Lastly, of course, how do we actually convert people to a meeting to then sell them on our service? Through LinkedIn, it can happen in 3 different ways. First of all, people can reach out to you, which is inbound. Second of all is that you can reach out to people, which is outbound, which I covered just now. And the third is people converting on your webinar offer. So these 3 are the only ways that people can convert from LinkedIn. You have to have a super clear funnel in your mind when you are building a personal brand. You have to understand exactly where a new audience is being generated and how that audience will be converted to actual customers. Always, 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 no matter how they reach out to you or how you reach out to them, book them in through Calendly, because in Calendly, you can enable the app to send out an automated pre-meeting follow-up. So set it up to send out a reminder 24 hours before the call and then 1 hour before the call, which will drastically improve your show-up rate and, of course, lead to a meeting on which you can actually close the person on your service and add MRR to your agency. So a lot has been said, a lot of technical aspects. If you are running a digital agency and you feel that you are stuck, I am opening up 3 spots to work with me personally, one-on-one, to scale your agency. We will create a war map. We will map out exactly what you are struggling with and how to solve those issues. And we will scale you to 10K a month within 3 months, because I have scaled my own agency to 50K a month, so I know what it takes. So if that is interesting, send me a DM on Instagram. Let's chat about it. Other than that, enjoy the Miro that I have created. I hope this was valuable, and I'll see you at the top.